Good afternoon to all our viewers. Maayong hapon to our friends in Cebu who are watching us. My name is Ina Reyes. I'm the Publishing and Communications Director of OMF Literature, and I will be your host this afternoon. On behalf of OMF Literature and HIAS, welcome to the book launch of Lumpia Lane, the latest release of HIAS. It's my pleasure to introduce the publishing company that made all this possible. OMF Literature is a leading evangelical Christian publisher and distributor of Christian books in the Philippines, specializing in books of inspiration, biblical instruction, and practical living. HIAS is the children's imprint of OMF literature. It offers illustrated children's books on Christian values, health, and Bible stories, among others. Our book launch today is special because for the first time in the many years of children's book publishing by HIAS, for the first time, one of our HIAS veteran book authors collaborated with a student to write together this book that we are launching this afternoon. In a while, you will hear from both of them. As part of this launch, HIAS is giving out a special discount of 30% for Lumpia Lane. So from 120, you can get the book at a discounted price of 84 pesos. This special discount runs up to July 31 only. Avail of this discount at the OMF Lit Bookshop, at shop.omflit.com, and at our Shopee and Lazada flagship stores. So order your copies now and enjoy the discount. A few announcements before we start. Don't forget to tag your friends and family members in the comments section below so they can watch this online book launch. And for the rest of July, join HIAS in celebrating the National Children's Book Day with our reading campaign, HIAS, Your Trusted Reading Buddy. Score big discounts on our children's books and buddy bundles. True to the goal of HIAS to be your children's trusted learning buddy, all of our children's books can be used as supplementary blended learning materials. And right after this event at 4 p.m., we will launch another new children's book by a new author. So join us at the book launch of I Am Scared. And then on July 30, join us again for the launch of the enhanced ebook editions of Wow God, Roar, and Tito Doc's May Gera sa Katawan ni Mark. And then on July 31, join us for the free online talk on handling children's ministry. So many exciting things are in store for you this second half of July. Meanwhile, be sure to stay tuned until the end of the program because we are giving away 2 free copies of Lumpia Lane. All you need to do is to answer a very easy question and you might get selected and win a free book. Okay, we'll start now. Lumpia Lane is a picture book written in English and translated in Filipino. It is a heartwarming story of family, Chinese Filipino or Chinoy culture, and delicious food. This picture book is written by new author Julia C. Wu with veteran HIAS author Grace D. Chong. It is beautifully illustrated by Christina Rose Chua. So if you'll notice, all of the creators in the book are Chinese. In a bit, we'll have a hearty conversation with the creators of Lumpia Lane. If you have questions for them, please post your questions on the comment section below. All right, so let me now introduce our special guests this afternoon. Julia C. Wu is an incoming grade 12 student from the Sacred Heart School Ateneo de Cebu. She practically grew up at the Philippine Christian Gospel School in Cebu, where she studied from nursery to grade 10. She loves to read and write. In Lumpia Lane, her first book, she wrote about learning to appreciate what your family does for you. She says this is an important lesson she has learned. Julia thinks that many children can relate to the story since family is a huge part of Chinoy culture. Miss Grace D. Chong has written more than 40 books for children. She has won 6 Palanca Awards, 4 of them first prizes, and a Gintong Aklat Award. Miss Grace was also a finalist in the National Book Award and the not Chinese, Catholic Mass Media Awards. So hopefully we'll have Chinese awards in the future, right? She holds degrees in speech and drama at the University of the Philippines, mass communications at the Columbia College USA, and fine arts at the Chicago Art Institute. Visit her blog at leavesofgrace.blogspot.com. C.R. Chua is an illustrator and graphic novelist from Manila. She co-authored and illustrated a Sparrow's Roar, a YA graphic novel from Boombox. She also illustrated Myth Space, Humanity, published by Viz Print. Lumpia Lane is her first children's book, and she hopes children will love her drawings in the book, which are the drawings are really beautiful. Visit CR on Twitter at C. Wait, let me check. CEEARR. Wow, that's quite difficult. CR. CEEARR Chua. So Twitter at CR Chua. Okay, so let's now hear from our guests. So this will be, kwentuhan lang to, no? Just a nice conversation. Okay, let's start with our author, our veteran author, Miss Grace. Miss Grace, can you share with us how your collaboration with Julia came about?
Okay, I'm from Las Piñas and Julia is from Cebu. But sometime in late 2019, Dr. Wanda Po, who is the directress of the Philippine Christian Gospel School in Cebu, scheduled a 2-day workshop with students who were carefully chosen by their English and literature teachers. That these kids are from grade 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and they're all book bookworms. Okay, they all love to write, and so it was a beautiful experience for me to go there and learn with them and learn how to write story. And Julia was one of the 20 attendees. And we worked together for 2 days up until they gave us their output. And one of the output, he just said they will publish it. And the work of Julia was chosen to be published by Yes. So that's how I met Julia. Dr.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
and how many students participated in the workshop, Grace?
Only 20. They were carefully chosen, four
Wow.
from each grade. Four from each grade. So there were only 20. And I coordinated with Miss Steph Wong. She is the junior high coordinator of PCGS. And it went
Uh-huh.
very smoothly, very smoothly. Yeah, enjoyed
So
it
what what
very much.
what did you enjoy most about the workshop, Grace?
Well, they all listened. Okay, they were taking down notes. They had no gadgets. And
Oh,
when we had a break, they would go to their books. They would read books. They really brought their books. So I said, oh my God, these kids are really something. They are special, very special.
bookworm
So we had
sila.
bookworm. pagka break lang, CR break, they'd go to their books. So they'd read the books.
Oo.
Ibang-iba, no? Tuma?
Oo. Later we'll meet the the teacher and the directress who are responsible for raising up these bookworms. But now I'd like to
Yeah.
ask Julia. Julia, why did you choose to write the story you wrote in Lumpia Lane? What was your inspiration?
So, when thinking of a topic to write about, I decided to choose this one in particular since I noticed that although it focuses on an issue that is common between Filchai households, it hasn't really been written about before.
Mhm.
And I also liked how, aside from the surface message of just managing a business, it also teaches it also shows how having good relationships between the older and
Yeah.
younger generation can really help strengthen the family relationships. And I wanted to hopefully encourage young children to continue being more involved with their families.
Oh, okay. So, what were your challenges while you were writing the story? What challenges did you meet?
I
Or
think
wala? Okay
the
na okay.
I think the biggest challenge was just making the story like feel more relatable to
Uh-huh.
people because
Uh-huh.
it focuses on experiences that other people had. So I had to make it as relatable as possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, Grace, how did you help Julia develop her story in the process of co-writing?
Well, the concept is pretty much hers. Okay. The title, the characters, okay, she had the story down pat. So what I did was, look at the elements and enhance them. Like the beginning and the ending should have a continuity. The elements in story writing, the characters should be powerful, the conflict should be solved properly, and the dialogue should be contrasting between different characters. It's pretty much just enhancing. But the
Oh.
story, really, the values there is pretty much Julia's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is this Grace? Is this your first time to co-write with a younger writer? Is
Well,
it is it your first time?
not really. The first time was with my son.
Ah,
He
okay.
won.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
You
remember.
remember
Yeah,
that? Yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah.
won. He won a contest when he was 10 years old, and when I retired from the workplace, I decided to rehash that script and wrote it with him.
So what did you enjoy most, especially here working with Julia? What did you enjoy most in the collaboration?
Well, they have so many ideas. Okay, the thing with kids is that they are not scared to come up with ideas, especially bookworms. They have idea
Mm-hmm.
here, idea. You really have to tame them. Okay, you have to take out the extraneous elements.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Uh-huh.
but that's good. That's good. Instead of not being able to come up with any ideas at all.
Mm-mm.
Many ideas.
Right, right.
Yes. Yeah. The
Yeah,
discipline is just the discipline that comes with age, I guess, and with experience.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I'd like to ask our illustrator who really did very beautiful drawings. Christine, how did you decide on the illustration style for the book? And where did you draw inspiration?
I decided I decided to make it clean kasi yung goals ko is to make things easy to understand. And
Mm-mm.
number two is to make the lumpia look good.
Oh yeah,
Kasi
alam mo favorite ko
it's
yung
the
lumpia.
bida. It's
Oo.
basically a character. So, yun yung goal ko. Make the lumpia look good. Tapos yung inspiration ko is I realized this was my chance to put my experiences, as like growing up Chinoy and
Uh-huh.
and Chinatown. I put everything I could inside. parang it was a way to do it. So naglagay ako ng mga yung mga calendar na may pang hardware
Yeah,
store
yeah,
and like
yeah.
good morning towels.
Yeah, right.
So in the background, it's there. So may hints of that in the drawings.
Mukhang nag-enjoy ka talaga, doing the drawings, no? So what did you enjoy most in the process of doing the illustrations?
Drawing the lumpia. When I started, I actually did went out and bumili ako ng lumpia. Like,
Oo.
reference. Pero,
Yeah.
syempre, kinain ko siya after.
Oo. Kaya pala no, when you look at the lumpia, parang malalasahan mo talaga kasi yung pala talaga yung ginawa.
You have to work from life kasi.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. And paborito ko talaga yan, yung Chinese lumpia. Anyway, we'll give a quick break to our book creators. So, for our viewers, here's your chance to win a free copy of Lumpia Lane. We'll pick two winners. So, just answer these questions. During the pandemic, many startup or family businesses came to existence. How can you support these businesses? So there, the question is there on the screen. So during the pandemic, many startup or family businesses came to existence. How can you support these businesses? All right, so let's proceed to our second part of the program. The creation of Lumpia Lane would not be possible without the support and encouragement of significant people in Julia's life. Let's take this time to meet them. So, may I call on Julia's parents, Mr. and Mrs. John and Pamela Wu? There. Hello there.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And then we have Dr. Wanda Pauli Liam Gyok, the directress of Philippine Gospel Christian School. Hello, Dr.
Hi.
Paul.
Hello.
It's
Nice
nice that you
meeting
could
you,
join
Ina.
us.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations to John
Yeah,
and
I know you're very
Pamu.
busy. Thank you for joining us. And Miss Steph Wong, the Junior High School Department Coordinator at the Philippine Gospel Christian School. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for being part of Julia's success. So I'd like to ask the proud parents, Mrs. John and Pam Wu, when did you discover that Julia has a gift in writing, and how did you encourage her to develop it?
Yeah. I think as parents, early on, we were already reading to both our kids, Rachel and Julia. Even as toddlers, they were already hearing us read every night from all the different
Mm,
children's books that we can get our hands on, right? And from there, of course, Julia started reading on her own. And then, along with her sister, they would always talk about all these different books. They would come up with their own stories using their imaginations. And then, from there again, they would then start writing their own stories by themselves or together, right? So, we really encouraged that and always said, we heard them like talking about these stories together and always laughing and everything. So we said, make sure you write it down so you don't forget about these
mhm.
stories, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in our house, they have easy access to writing materials, like even as simple as paper and pen. And then when they do write or draw, we would look at it and encourage and give compliments so that
Yeah.
it boosts their confidence on even writing more. Yeah. And
Oh.
then I think as they grew up, like reading different genres of books, we also tell them to pay attention or take notice of the author's style of writing and
Mhm.
narrating, because I think that's important also to in influencing them. And then, if I can remember, a big factor also is as early as grade one in PCGS, they are, what do you call this? Each student has a journal, has a daily
Oh.
journaling. I remember that.
Oh.
They would write what
Oh. Yeah.
activities they had daily, and the teacher would check it and make comments like that. So, and then when they go home, we will read it because there's a part there we have to sign. So it
Mm.
develops the children's writing, I think, and use
Yeah,
of words, like the composition of the sentences, like that. So that's a big
right.
help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very helpful, no? We'll learn more from Dr. Paul what else they do to nurture their children. Uh
Yeah.
and ano pala, I have to correct, it's Philippine Christian Gospel School, no?
Yes.
PCGS. So right now I'd like to ask Miss Steph, who is the junior high school department coordinator at PCGS. You have seen Julia grow up, right? So she practically grew up at PCGS. So now that she is in a different school and uh, experiencing a lot of new things in her life, what words of encouragement or advice would you like to give her?
Thank you, Miss Ina. Julia. Yes, I've literally seen Julia grow up from nursery to junior high school, no? As a department coordinator. Um, Julia, you are intelligent and smart, quiet and humble. You have a lot of gifts and talents stored within you. And I'm very happy to see you bloom today. And my
Mhm.
challenge to you this afternoon is to keep blooming. Wherever you are, wherever God will plant you or has planted you, continue to bloom. Then give your best in everything that you do. Never ever settle for less. Okay? Give your best. And this is also for everyone, every college student out there. Next is to keep writing. And not only to keep writing, keep communicating with Miss Grace Strong and Miss Ina on OMF literature. And lastly, keep your faith in God. Let Him fill you with His love until it overflows to the people around you.
Yan.
Congratulations, Julia.
Wow. Thank you so much, Miss Steph. Later, we'll also ask Julia's parents kung anong message nila sa kay Julia. But first, I'd like to ask Dr. Po. Dr. Po, how does PCGS nurture students who love to read and write like Julia? Well, Mrs. The Woos already mentioned about the journal, right? So what else do you do to have these bookworms in your school?
Oh, thank you, Miss Ina, and good afternoon to all. Here in PCGS, we encourage our students to really be able to develop their talents, whatever their talents are. So there are different workshops that we offer. There are different programs of interest for our students. It could be music, it could be sports. But as far as reading and writing is concerned, we do have a school paper where we encourage our students to contribute, whether it's a story, whether it's a feature writing or sports writing, anything, or even just layout, being a layout artist. So we encourage all those different ways of expressing themselves. So they could come up with a poem, they could come up with a story, or even and it's also bilingual. They can write it in English or in Filipino. And I still have to remember whether there are Chinese articles. Perhaps not, not not this time. But uh, so that's how the school develops. And of course, the reading and language teacher, their English teacher, they always encourage the students to just be able to write and express themselves in whatever media or medium that they know best. And Julia, if I remember right, she has been, she's a bookworm,
Mm-hmm.
and she reads a lot. And of course, yes, the journal. We encourage our students to write even one statement, one, two sentences, that's fine. But we encourage them just keep on writing. I think what
Yeah.
Steph said, just keep on writing. I think that's a very helpful idea. that will encourage students to write one sentence is good, two sentences fine.
Right.
Just keep
Yes.
on writing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a very good advice and very simple, doable, right? It's doable. Any message you want to give to Julia?
Well, I'm so very proud of you, Julia. Yeah. And it's true. I've seen you grow and I've seen you bloom. And in fact, when Madam Wong told me that, oh, Julia got won the award for, best, wow, I was just so happy and so proud of Julia. Although she's not here in school anymore in PCGS because she's gone to another school yet, I'm so happy that she's in another school where she will continue to bloom and she will continue to contribute not just to the school but to the community as well. And Julia, I yes, I'm so proud of you, and I believe that this is God's gift to you to write and to express yourself, and you're gonna bless many more lives. And that's how we at PCGS, our mission is to prepare people, prepare our students for living in the world in the name of Christ. We are all in this world, and so Julia, I believe that you have it. God has given you that talent, that gift. So continue, move on, move forward, and just continue to harness the talent and develop it until you might be another Grace Chong. Or even,
Amen. Amen to that.
yeah,
Amen.
yeah.
We
She's
have a new generation of
yeah, she's
writers.
written what, 40 books? You might surpass that. Huh? And yeah, I believe so. Okay, I hope no offense to you, Grace. Right? We're so proud. We're proud to have to be able to be part of the development of this young generation, this young teenagers, adults. So
Yeah, thank
Julia, keep on, press on, use the gifts that God has given you to bless many people. And one tool is through your books, through your stories. That's a very, very important tool, and that's a good tool because some people cannot be there, and yet your book has traveled. Your book will be everywhere. Okay? So God bless
yeah.
you, Julia.
Thank you so much, Dr. Paul. I'm sure Julia is very much encouraged. So now we'd like to hear from Julia's parents, from Mr.
Yeah. First, thank you, Dr. Wonderful and Miss Steph Wong, for your words of encouragement to Julia. For us as parents, we want to tell Julia that we're really proud of her. I mean, we're very happy that you're able to write this book. No? But we want to remind you, first and foremost, to thank God and give Him all the glory. We know that our talents and our abilities are all from Him, and we should always remember to honor Him with everything that we do, as we do it for the best, right? Um, Besides that, keep up your writing. Keep up whatever skills God has given you, the drawing, all your interests. Keep that up. But we also would like to remember for her to thank everyone that's been involved in making this project happen. Um, we thank you for the people in OMF, um, for Miss Ina and Mr. Chino. We thank you also for Miss Grace Chong and Miss Christine Chua for being involved in this book. And definitely special thanks to, again, Dr. Wanda Po and Miss Steph Wong from PCGS for how you brought her up. And of course, so many other teachers, friends, family for their encouragement and for supporting Julia.
Yeah, if I may add lang, my message is for Julia to stay humble and caring and kind to others. And also, as we are just here, even your sister Rachel, to support you and always love you and guide you in whatever you want to pursue in your future.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We are very much encouraged, and we hope that Julia will keep writing, no, and really be a an author. Uh, regular author of OMF literature. But for now, she has to study really well. Thank you so much. So I'd like to call again Julia, Grace, and Christine. We have a few questions here that some of our friends sent us, and I'm sure this will be an interesting discussion. Here's an interesting question I'd like to ask Julia first, and then I think I can ask all of you since all of you are Chinese, no? So I ask Julia first, and then I'll ask Christine, and then I'll ask Grace later. So, Julia, um, do you think parents should require their children to help out in their family business? Why or why not? So, Julia, and then Christine.
Um, yes, I agree that it's better for children to be aware of what's going on in their family business. And even if they don't immediately start working for the business, it's good that they can have that they can learn basic and practical lessons about how things work. And above all, it's good for them to be able to apply the values they learn from that experience once they grow up. And even if they decide to pursue a different career, the lessons they learn from their work will still really benefit them.
That's right. Yeah, I agree with you. How about you, Christine?
Yeah, I think the same thing too. I think children to a degree should be like um to be should be involved in the family business para may awareness sila on how what their parents are doing, what their family is doing. Mm, and it gives them an appreciation on what on their work. Um I think I think this is unrelated, pero I don't think they should be forced into it, pero they should be involved in it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the good things with Chinoy families. No, talagang they expose their children early, no, in the family business. So I'd like to ask Grace. I'm sure Grace, your answer is yes. So my question for you is, how should the parents ensure that that exposing their children to the family business uh, does not distract the kids from their studies? Yeah.
Well, um, you know, they know, okay, when the kids are studying, we instill in them that they have to think of their future, okay. And if they think of their future, although we will not impose upon them, when you put up a business kasi mahirap eh, di ba? You have to start from scratch. But then if your parents already have a business, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay, mamanahin mo na lang yon. However, like Christine said, you cannot impose it upon the kids because sometimes they have different ideas, they have different interests, and you have to let them be. You can only help them to choose what is best for them, expose them to the family business, yes. But in the end, okay, if they don't like it, at least they got the ethics, okay? They have the ethics, the values, and the good things in how to run a business. So whether it's going to be another business or not, the values, the traditions, the learnings are there. And I think those are very good foundations.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, children will really learn a lot, no, when they see their parents going about their business. Now, I'd like to ask this, Grace. How do you ensure that precious family traditions are kept, no, for the next generations to appreciate and to practice?
Traditions are only handed down if the people enjoy it, right? You cannot do a tradition na, Ayaw na, eto na naman tayo, ano gagawin na naman natin dito. So I think if you want to pass on tradition, you have to make sure that the kids enjoy it, okay, that they are into it, that they buy into it, that they are part of it, and without really telling them, no, to pass on the tradition. If they enjoy it, they're into it, they buy into it, I'm pretty sure that they will hang on to those traditions and they will pass it on to the next generation. Pretty sure of that.
Yeah, thank you, Grace. I'd like to acknowledge our viewers. No, I'm getting the information that we received a lot of answers to our questions.
Wow.
So our team is choosing the best two answers, and uh, so we'll let you know later. Meanwhile, I'd like to ask this question to Christine. Christine, how do you think can parents who have children who are inclined to the arts, how can they encourage their children to develop their creativity?
Support them. Yeah, you just have to like just like Julia's parents said, like you just have to support them. Like you have to nurture their interests. Also, if seryoso siya, if seryoso siya sa art career, it would be good if you research what are the careers in that career. Kasi I think it's not very well understood as a what being in the arts means. So don't worry, mom and dad. Like maraming careers in the arts.
Oh, and no, and you're one proof that you can make it good in the arts, right? As long as you do it very well, right? How about Julia? How can you encourage your fellow uh, teens, no, to write, to read? Kasi lalo na ngayon, 'di ba? Ang daming distractions sa reading.
I think the best way is that if you already feel like you have that passion for reading and writing, then you should really uh, I guess take the time to practice it. Even if it's just a little, you can just do it for fun. It'll, I mean, in the end, it'll help you get better at doing what you love. And yeah.
Yeah, that's important, no, that you think of it as fun, no? Right, Grace, na writing is fun. Kasi pag nauna yung writing is mahirap or writing is a burden, talagang hindi ka makakasulat. So, dapat mag-enjoy talaga, no? That's very true. Yeah, that's a good advice from a young writer. Now, this question I think is for Grace kasi this is a practical question from a mom, eh. Sabi niya, I grew up helping in my nanay's sari-sari store. Now that I have my own family and opened my own store, I want to involve my daughter in it, but she doesn't seem interested. So what should I do?
I think
That's a
she
very
should read.
practical.
I think she should read Lumpia Lane. It tells you exactly what to do. Okay, in Lumpia Lane, I don't mean to be a spoiled sport. No, I don't want to tell you what does the plot is about. But this is kid who doesn't like to have anything to do with the business. But what the grandfather did was to take something that the kid might be interested in. Okay, I won't tell you the story, but if you have a sari-sari store, di ba ang dami-daming gamit doon. Okay. I'm sure the kid is interested in shapes. She's interested in colors. She's interested in sizes. Maybe you can start with that. What is the large, what is medium, what is extra large, arrange it. Okay, arrange everything, all the reds here, all the pinks here, so find something that the kid uh, can relate to. or something that the kid would like. It's something within her experience and go along that. Iba kasi yung, hoy, kailangan tumulong ka, tumulong. No eh. Go around it like what the grandfather did in Lumpia Lane. Okay, it's a the colors in the lumpia. What is this? What is that? And he made the kid do it. So, ganun din siguro. So, can you arrange the shelf for mommy from the high, most expensive to the cheapest, maybe from the biggest to the smallest, okay, and things like that. So, it's a practical. It's not forcing a kid to do it, but making her or him do something within the sphere of his experience, so that he will, enjoy it, and eventually I'm sure he will like it. Eventually, he will like it.
Yeah, no. So ano talaga no, parents should be creative no in
Yes.
in
Yes.
making their kids interested in it.
Oo. Kasi hindi na uso yung lolo namin noon. Gawin mo yan. Kung hindi, hindi na uso yun ngayon, di ba?
Correct, correct, right. Yeah. All right. So ang bilis ng oras, no? We need to wrap up. So I'd like to thank Grace and Julia and Christine. But first, last round for each of you. Any last words of encouragement for our viewers or for our aspiring writers, aspiring artists who are watching us? So we'll start with Christine, and then Julia, and then Grace. Christine?
Unmute.
Christine, you're muted. Can you unmute, Christine? There you go.
Okay. So, keep doing what you like doing. And even if you don't pursue it as a career, it contributes greatly to your creative life. You,
Yes, keep doing what you're doing. That's right. And enjoy it. And Julia, mga ano kayo, no? You are young women of few words. Ano talaga, artists talaga. Okay, Julia.
Um, First, I just want to say thank you to everyone watching. And if you're watching this and you also want to you have the same passion, then I guess just keep doing what you love and make sure to never give up.
Correct. Never give up. Right. Thanks, Julia. And Miss Grace.
Yeah. This one I always tell the kids, whenever I do a creative writing workshop. Okay, the authors like me are old. I mean, the Lord might take us home soon. And there has to be another generation who will keep the ball rolling, who will talk about values and who will tell readers to do this and to do that, the word of the Lord, and all these things. And there has to be a new generation of writers. That's why I always encourage people younger than me, if you like to write, don't wait. Write now. Now, na. Because if you wait, you might lose time. Time is of the essence. So if you like to write, write now. It's enjoyable if you really like to write. Okay, so don't dilly dally. Right now, it's enjoyable. Like me, I don't want to do anything else but write and read. Especially during the pandemic. Oh, I love it. I just write and I just read. Okay, so young kids, you right. You have the talent that the Lord gave you. Use it because writing. Am I talking too much? Okay, writing.
No, it's okay.
Writing will bring you to so many places. Okay, Lumpia Lane, Julia will not stay in Cebu. Okay, I will send it to my cousins in Germany, in Australia. Okay, it will be there. So if you write, okay, you reach as many people as you can. And I'm very passionate about this. So
Mhm.
you have to write, because you become you become a minister to so many
Hmm.
people, not only within your neighborhood, not only within the town or the country, but wherever your book goes to. So take advantage of that. The power of the pen, okay, the power of writing, the power of the words that the Lord gave you. So, Julia, don't ever stop. You have a talent, don't ever. I kept saying that in the workshop, right? Write every day, even if it's just a word, a sentence, a paragraph. Write every day so that writing will become a part of you. You will love it. You will not, you cannot breathe without writing. Okay? So, yun, masyado ba akong passionate pag writing? Pag writing kasi,
I
ang
love the passion. I love the passion, Grace. I love the passion.
pagka-writing yung pinag-uusapan. That's why I mentor, okay?
Right.
Informally, people send me their manuscripts, I meant you do this, you do that. I like doing that because there has to be a next generation of writers.
That's true. That's true.
Next
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah. Right. So Julia, keep in touch with with Miss Grace. Ask her questions about writing and all because she's passionate about it. Talaga. Talagang passionate writer si Grace. Thank you so much, Grace.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
thank you so much, Christine, Julia, and Grace for joining us, and thank you, Mr. John and Mrs. Pam Wu, Dr. Paul and Miss Steph Wong for joining us this afternoon for our book launch. Friends and fellow book lovers, we'd like to thank you again for spending your time with us. Lumpia Lane is a picture book written in English and translated in Filipino. It is a heartwarming story of family, Chinese, Filipino, Chinoy culture, and delicious food. This picture book is written by Julia C. Wu and Grace Chong and beautifully illustrated by Christine Rose Chua. So, as part of this launch, we are giving out a special discount of 30% for Lumpia Lane. So, from 120, you can get it at a discounted price of 84 pesos. This special discount runs up to July 31 only. Avail of this discount at the OMF Lit Bookshop at shop.omflit.com and at our Shopee and Lazada flagship stores. So, order your copies now. So, I think the two winners, will be flashed on screen, right? The two best answers will be flashed on screen, and wait for our one of our representatives at OMF Lit to message you. If you won, you will get here. Here's the winner, Samuel Cindy's. So just read. I can't read it from here. So she says, giving out comments and suggestions to make sure they can improve and sustain their business. Many have been affected, and this might be their current and sole source of income. To give them our honest feedback as customers, we hope to make their biz stay not just during the pandemic, not but to make it last for many years. Go local. Yes, I agree. Go local. Thank you, Samuel. And from Kim said the use of social media had increased, especially when the pandemic happened. Business owners use this platform to promote and sell their products. As a student, my small way of supporting these small businesses is by buying from them and simply liking their social media accounts and their posts to boost their analytics and engagement. In this way, it will help the business increase its reach online. So thank you, Palette. Kim Palette. Thank you so much. So each of you will receive a free copy of Lumpia Lane. Okay, so a few last announcements. This July, join HIAS in celebrating the National Children's Book Day with our reading campaign, HIAS, your trusted reading buddy. Score big discounts on our children's books and buddy bundles. True to the goal of HIAS to be your children's trusted learning buddy, all our children's books can be used as some supplementary blended learning materials. And up next, we will launch I Am Scared, another new children's book by a new author. So stay tuned. Also, on July 30, join us for the launch of the enhanced ebook editions of Wow God Roar and Tito Doc's May Gera sa Katawan ni Mark. And then on July 31, join us for the free online talk on handling children's ministry. So there, thank you once again for spending time with us. Daghan salamat to our friends in Cebu. This is Ina Reyes reminding all of you to keep safe and stay healthy and do something special this weekend. Read a book with your child or with your children. Happy weekend and God bless you all.